The Jacob Media Sports Network, in partnership with 97.3 ESPN, brings you the Mays and Eytan Show.
Middays with Harry Mays and Eytan Shander.
Now, it's the Midday Show with Harry Mays and Eytan Shander on 97.3 ESPN Radio.
Well, we've got a rare opportunity, Harry, where we can look at Game 3 of an NBA season. Philadelphia Eagles still have one more game until the bye, and there was a shocking revelation that came out of Chicago yesterday that will impact the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and, on top of that, the trade deadline looms.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, what is it, 4 o'clock Eastern?
Yes, 4 o'clock Eastern. Now, let me say this, because it seems like that's where you want to go, so I'll start with...
Well, no, I'm just saying, that's the thing that's on my mind the
too.
most. I mean, I did watch some of the Sixers game last night. I did watch some of the Monday Night Football game.
Under hit, under, and...
so did the Dolphins.
I was going to say, Miami hit, under, and the Dolphins. And then I text you, because... I think it was right before that touchdown and the end of the first half.
Well, that's what I want to talk about, too.
Okay,
well, I mean, what a bozo this coach is.
Ryan
Flores guy. I'll tell you what, it's amazing.
It's almost like he's getting word down from the front office, like somebody that's saying, hey,
we got to lose.
Did you see that play call?
Well, they sent 8 guys. It's 3rd and 20 against Mason Rudolph. And he sent 8 guys. And a wide receiver's just wide open touchdown. The game was over right there.
Absolutely.
You knew I knew they were not going to win the game. Then I'm just hoping to God that they hang on and cover the spread. And lo and behold, they did. I woke up this morning at 4, and I checked my phone because I didn't stay. After halftime, I'm like, I'm out. I'm not staying up to watch the Dolphins.
No, I get it. I get it. I did, but
so I look
that's fine.
And I'm like, 27-14 winner.
They covered by the damn skin of their teeth.
Oh, my God.
The under hits as well.
Yes.
Everything works. It's just amazing, man. This team is a cover machine. Somehow, somebody's going to get wind of it. And you look at it, they're plus 260 most places to go winless.
I think they might win this week.
The Jets?
I think they might beat the Jets.
They've covered 3 straight weeks.
Yeah.
And you can make an argument that outside of that ridiculously, look, they've won every first half as well. They've won 3 straight first halves. This is a team that, you're right, is probably just hovering around a victory. They do have
show
Cincinnati.
up, though. They show up to play.
The Jets don't.
And I know Fitzpatrick wants to win. He's
oh my
God. He's going to throw a pick, But it's like...
It was pretty funny to see the game, though, just play out the way it did, and knowing that the tank is in the back of your mind, and it is. It was like the equivalent of being up, like 3 points near the end of the first half in the NBA, and the shot clock is off, and you dribble it off your foot.
Right.
Like just nothing. You don't even attempt to do anything. You just dribble, then off your foot goes out of bounds.
Unbelievable.
Now, I'll say this. It's working both ways, and it's 3 games into it, but I don't know how to approach the topic of the Philadelphia 76ers merged with Twitter. Because last night, when the Sixers were down to when the Sixers won, the swing, the emotional swing, I screen capped a couple of these tweets. The Sixers are the worst shooting team in the NBA. Some fat-faced idiots on there telling me that, now you know why Ben Simmons needs to shoot a 3. I can't believe that people see an entire team miss like 12 or 13 shots and think the guy who's got the worst shot should now start shooting.
Well,
And then I'll save you the emotional swing. I don't know what I'm saying. I'll save you the emotional swing of when they actually win that game, and I guarantee you it's the same people going down their timeline saying championship 3-0, retweet if you're the only team in
82-0. Here we come.
And I'm just saying, I need to watch the Sixers. I can't believe I've gotten to this point, Harry, but I need to watch the Sixers offline.
Thank you. I've been doing this for now. Last year I started doing it. I can't take it anymore. I don't watch games when I'm on. I don't have Twitter on when I'm watching the Sixers. Period. Okay, I can't.
Why is it worse for the Sixers than any other team?
I don't know. It's just.
Now, to be fair, I'm not watching the Flyers and keeping Twitter next to me the whole time,
Yeah, well,
people are stealing my Flyers tweets, but that's a different conversation.
Oh, really? You have Flyers tweets?
Well, yeah,
that's
remember,
breaking news.
I'm Mr. Hockey.
Oh, okay. But I did see the Schwein tweet last night. One tweet that came across my line. I happened to see it because I looked at my phone.
Wait a second.
and he said something to the order that Tobias is killing us. During the game, because Tobias Harris couldn't throw it in the ocean from 3 last night.
So the solution was to give Ben Simmons the ball and have him start shooting threes.
Well, Ben Simmons does need to start shooting jump shots.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be at a point, Harry, where everybody else is missing and then you turn to Ben.
No. Well, no, we're not at that point.
Right.
No.
You're not going to turn to me to make a 15, 20-foot putt when you and a bunch of other good golfers are on the course.
How great was Embiid last night, especially in the closing couple of minutes? I mean, he just took over the basketball game. It was amazing.
What you see, I think, is the development and why these odds, and I have them here, but they're ridiculous.
What, for MVP?
Yeah, and you start to see how this whole thing plays together. Like, Ben Simmons is going to make the All-Star team. Ben Simmons will probably be an All-NBA defender.
Nothing could be finer than talking sports with a Schweiner.
It was
a couple minutes late, but that's okay.
I think Josh probably just sat down. He's doing some production. He was getting ready for the contest at 12:30. Today, 12:30, 1:30, we're going to be giving out 5 pair of tickets. No.
The opportunity to come to the party at Tolman Joe's.
Tolman Joe's.
Tolman Joe's.
Wait, is it Tolman or Tolman?
I don't know. It says Tolman in the promo, but it's Tolman.
Yeah. You got to say it like Tony says.
Bruno says it properly.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Tolman Joe's.
So I was saying I have it at plus 16. I got in at plus 1,600 at the start before the tip of the season, regular season.
For Embiid. Okay, good.
And just to put this in perspective, Anthony Davis is at plus 750. So I spoke with, I forget who it was last week. I think it might have been Kurt Heelan, but it was somebody like that. And I just threw a hypothetical out there. What would happen?
You mean Kurt Heelan, who doesn't come on our show anymore?
Yeah.
That guy?
Who's coming on, yes, exactly. Well, it's because of Gil.
I know.
It's not because of me. He's come on my other shows.
Sure.
But he won't come on this channel because of Mike Gil.
He used to come on when we worked together at the other place, too.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got some breaking news regarding the trade deadline stuff.
Okay.
But before that, just real quick, Anthony Davis is plus 750. Now, think of this scenario, all right? I'm curious. Just think of this. End of the year, we look, because this is a regular season thing. End of the year, the Sixers win the East. The Lakers are 2. Anthony Davis is the leader on the Lakers, clearly with points and productivity. Yet, Joel Embiid is the reason we know, playing, 60-plus games, that the Sixers have won the East. Who do you think gets the MVP?
Say this again now.
Anthony Davis leads because nobody's knocking off the Clippers. Once Paul George comes back, they're the best offensive and defensive team
in the NBA. Yeah.
And now that the Warriors taking a step back, I'd argue that they'll be the best offensive team, but that's different.
Yeah.
So now you've got the Lakers who finished second, and in the West, the Sixers who finished first in the East. Joel Embiid leads the Sixers. Anthony Davis leads the Lakers. Now again, you've got Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. You've got some other people you can go to beyond these two guys, but I'm curious, who do you think gets the nod? Not who do you or I want. We both want Embiid.
I would probably say Anthony Davis, simply because of the people that vote for this all want they want that Laker brand to be back on top. They have a vested interest in that. It's the whole thing with LeBron and the Lakers, and I would say that would lean towards Anthony Davis, and it would screw Joel Embiid.
The only thing I can think of as you were saying that is when you got to LeBron, and I wonder if voters would say, well, Anthony Davis had LeBron, Joel Embiid had
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but
he's a younger.
Do you really think that that's going to hold up in the court of law? That somebody else would stay, like Gary Washburn, the only guy who voted for, I think, Carmelo Anthony.
Who are the guys that vote for this?
I don't know.
Is it just media guys?
Probably.
Writers and so forth?
Yeah.
Stephen A.
No, I hope
because Stephen A. would vote for Anthony Davis.
I hope not. I hope not. I'd rather it be Skip Bayless or one of these other idiots who have no idea what they're talking about than somebody who's actually close to the game. All right, so according to Adam Schefter, A.J. Green, Chris Harris, and Darius Slay will not be traded.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, listen to this. 26 minutes ago, Manish Mehta drops a bomb. Sources. Jets looking to trade Le'Veon Bell before the 4 p.m. deadline.
How about that?
That's Chip Kelly right there at action.
I told you, this Adam Gase.
He doesn't give a rat's ass what he's doing.
Who's running the show up there, Joe Douglas or Adam Gase? I'd say it's Gase, right?
I would think so.
Wow. So Slay's not going to be traded. Well, that means Detroit was asking way too much. I think they wanted like a second-round pick.
Correct.
For Slay.
Correct.
And, the Eagles probably, not willing to give that much up for a 20. If he's 28, he's got 1 year left on his deal. Chris Harris, though. I mean, what would it take to get Chris Harris from the Broncos? He's 30 years old in that final year of his deal.
All right, so what does that, first off, what does that mean? Like, what now? If those three guys are off, are you really left with, and I'm not saying really as in a negative, I'm just saying really as far as your options, do we now only have Robbie Anderson and maybe, man, it's never going to happen, Harry, but that NFL thing I do on Sundays, we had Michael Kendricks on after the Seahawks win.
Former Eagle.
Correct.
Yes.
And you know when you say something to somebody over the phone and you can hear in their response them smiling?
Yes.
Like you can hear a smile. You've done this long enough.
Yes, that happened to me once when I had Stuart Bradley on, and he was actually called in from the toilet.
Wait a second.
At the NovaCare complex.
Okay, hold on.
He was on
this
the
is
John.
more important than my Michael Kendrick story. What happened here?
Well, we could tell he was in the bathroom, and we said, "Hey, Stu, are you in the John right now?" "Yeah, man." And I could just tell he was laughing and smiling the whole interview.
Wait, could you tell how like the cavernous sound
yes,
of the stall?
You just knew.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it wasn't the fourth floor stall,
No,
but it's probably
God,
a nice bathroom in there, But
yeah, well, I wonder if it was an individual one, or if it was a group stall.
I think it was a group because you could hear other noises.
It was like Omar Gaither next to him or something. Like, I'm trying to think of a linebacker that would have played next to him. Oh my God, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like, poor Omar. I don't mean to pick on him, but I'm just saying, like one of his teammates is in the other stall. Hey, Stu, can you shut up?
Yeah. Leonard Weaver. Yeah.
That's even better because you can tell that that's one of the more distinct voices on
Right.
the team. Anyway, I was just saying it would be nice to get a linebacker. I said, Michael, we miss you, and he cracked a smile. You could tell, and he's just like, well, say hi to Philly. But
Well, they got one.
yeah, but not.
The kid from the Browns yesterday is like a hybrid defensive end linebacker, pass rushing guy.
Pass rusher, but I think
they liked actually in the draft 2 years ago.
correct.
Apparently.
But I think he's going to play more down and
Probably,
rush than.
yeah.
It's not
And
like
the
a Nigel Bradham replacement.
No,
if he's
no.
hurt or something. That's what I
No,
meant.
no.
Right.
But
I guess Kendrick, you can make the argument too playing down. I was just saying more so like
he had 4.5 sacks as a rookie 2 years ago.
it's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, for next to nothing. So it's one of those below the radar, not going to get anybody super excited kind of moves. But they obviously liked him, and he has an ability to get to the quarterback. So,
All right, so we await now word with the trade deadline. This is really crazy here.
well, it's been 2 straight years now, hasn't it? Like
Well, 3.
last year, it was Golden Tate.
2 years ago was Jay Ajayi.
Jay Ajayi.
Right. So
What-
now this
what
would
was
be
3 years ago?
No,
Was there-
I thought you meant this year.
Oh, okay.
This would be 3 straight
Yeah.
years. Now, I don't think there's any deterrent to work with Howie Roseman. I don't think there's anything out there. I know people want to, oh, well, why would you make a deal with Howie? The reality is I think you can actually get something back. These are not off-season deals. I think there's a sense of desperation on both sides, and you realize if Howie's out there making calls, it's not like he's got 5 aces in his hand, and he's just looking to trade them for like a king.
Well, they're also talking out there that Vitae might be
Correct.
on the move.
Correct. Now, I don't think that would be
A lot of teams
classified as
looking-
something fun, would it? If you just traded Vitae?
No, we want to add.
Now,
I don't want to add a 5th-round pick or a 4th-round pick, whatever you get for Vitae.
let me ask you.
But a lot of teams need linemen.
This is a very simple point-blank question. What is it going to take to bring in Le'Veon Bell?
Why do we want Le'Veon
Well, here's
Bell?
the thing. You've got Miles Sanders on the team. Jordan Howard's gone after this year.
We think.
Right. Well, you trade for Le'Veon Bell. Now, you can function. The NFL has shown you time in and time again that you can function with 2 high-level backs. Le'Veon Bell and Miles Sanders in the backfield don't have to be traditionally in the backfield. You can move them. Miles Sanders has already shown you.
Well, yeah, he's a
Guy
pass
could probably,
catcher.
he could probably play slot
Yeah, he
in
can play
certain
receiver.
situations.
Yeah,
Right.
he might catch better than Mac Hollins and Aguilar put together.
Well,
and then throw in Arcega-Whiteside, too.
well, to be fair, I don't know who Arcega-Whiteside is at this point as far as a football player.
What number is he? Is he 19?
I was going to say Alshon's 17. I think he is 19.
Is he 19? Because
Wow, that's a hell of a pull.
I'm thinking he's 19.
For a guy who hasn't been on the field in like what seems 19 years.
Yeah. Hollins is 16, right?
Correct.
Aguilar's 17. No. He's 19.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh. Okay.
Aguilar's 13.
Listen, if it's nothing today, if it's nothing at all today, or Le'Veon Bell, what would you rather have? Like, think about that.
Well,
Take a second. Just 609-403-0973. If you only have one option, because it might come down to that. Howie might say, hey, we don't get the wide out or corner we want. I see the guys people on Twitter wanting this cornerback who always gets hurt down in Miami, Howard. The guy gets hurt every single week. He's a great talent, but he gets hurt all the time. So I don't know.
Well, that would be really out of left field, though.
I think they want. I think
that
they
would really. That would really be a wow.
If they traded for him?
If they traded for Le'Veon Bell?
Hey, all I'm saying is you're not stacked at a point in which you can't justify trading for Le'Veon Bell. Well, it's probably not going to happen mostly because of the cost, right? Than anything else?
Well, yeah, and plus, I mean, what are you going to move Howard to?
No, maybe.
You basically have to move him, right?
No, you don't. I mean, you can have.
How many running backs are you going to have?
You have Jordan Howard, Boston Scott right now, Darren
Well,
Sproles.
Scott would be booted back to the practice squad probably.
And at this point, you don't need guys that aren't going to be here next year anymore higher up on the depth chart is my point. So if Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders and Le'Veon Bell are your three running backs and Darren Sproles is down, then or you use him at like punt returns.
Well, he's a returner.
That's what I'm saying,
basically,
right?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you do have more flexibility in that regard, and you know what? It might be the end for Corey. It's unfortunate, but I'm just throwing out this hypothetical where Le'Veon Bell is not in my mind. Le'Veon Bell, who's available, if that's my only option, I'm really interested. And what is it going to cost?
I don't know. I have no idea.
2 future first-round picks and a third?
You're giving away 2 future firsts? No way.
I don't know, man. The Jets are probably asking for a lot.
I'm sure they'd ask for the moon, but I'm not giving it to them.
Where would you stop?
I like Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders this year.
So you wouldn't look at all at Le'Veon Bell?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
If I'm Howie, but he does some big moves. He likes the big splash.
Hey,
right?
Jay Ajayi was added to a heavy backfield, right?
Yeah, and he's not even in the league anymore, is he?
Well, that's because
I'm just
of
saying,
Ajayi, right?
That poor guy never got that big contract.
No.
Because he was a middle round draft pick and he had bad knees.
Yeah, that's a good
and
point.
It was just like use him up, and now he's gone. Discard him.
Yep.
Poor.
The guy was running bone on bone.
Yeah, bone on bone.
They couldn't even.
He'll bring us a
anything.
Super Bowl too, man.
Well, listen, he's got a ring.
Yes, he does. So does Howard Eskin.
Well, I heard he bought that ring.
He did.
Is that true?
I think so.
Okay. I'm just curious. All right, here you go. Cody Benjamin, NFL writer for CBS Sports. Adam Schefter on ESPN. Eagles are, quote, making calls and have been, quote, been trying to lop, quote, top-flight cornerbacks. Mm-hmm. So what top-flight cornerback? Now, okay.
Well,
here's the thing, though. Why can't you make that same argument that you do about the running backs with cornerbacks? You've got 3 guys that when they're healthy, at the very least, and I know Ronald Darby's probably on the bottom of that list.
Well, everybody's hurt. Everybody got hurt.
Well, no, Darby and
now
Mills
he's
are back.
But Darby's been hurt since we got him.
Avonte Maddox is coming back.
You would think, this week, right?
Yes. So you
can never have enough good cornerbacks in the NFL. Yes,
is that it?
It's a passing league.
Now listen to this. Guy Cecil tweets in at Guy Cecil Church. Eagles trade for Bell. Implement the first ever 41 personnel. Howard, Bell, Sanders, and Scott.
Nice. 4 running backs and a tight end.
I love it, man. Now that tight end would have to be Goddard at this point.
Why?
Well, because Goddard's the better threat. Goddard is a touchdown machine.
So you're out on Ertz now?
No. I think actually Goddard is taking advantage of the fact that everybody's still keying in on Ertz. All right, so if you are, let's say, what team do you think is going to trade for Le'Veon Bell? I'm just curious. This could be huge right here.
What if the Chargers made a move for him and moved Gordon?
Wow. That's not terrible. Where they would move Gordon back? Gordon still needs that big deal, though.
You trade him.
Well, where, though?
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Not
on the
to
fly.
the Jets.
No.
So you'd have to work here? No. You'd have to work something out. Now what you're doing, though, is you're
His
robbing
stock
Peter
is
to
tanked.
Yeah. At JC520Allen88 on the Periscope, at Harry Mays TU is how you can see us, at Shander Show for Twitter. Howard is super slow to the – oh, no, sorry. He says Howard at a sixth. And below him at LBGH Whiteside, Howard is super slow to the hole. Please get Bell. See, it's not as crazy as an idea as you think, Harry.
He's super slow to the hole. You don't like the way he runs?
I'm just reading a tweet. That's all I'm doing.
He looked good on Sunday, didn't he?
He looked great.
He loves contact.
I'm just reading a tweet.
He likes to just bury linebackers and safeties, man. He just goes right at them.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I'm just saying, man. People are not as – I'm not personally anti-Howard. I just think that if you're moving on from Howard at the end of the season, and I'm saying the team, not a fan or me as a fan, I'm saying if the team plans on moving on from Howard, they may look at this as a long-term solution around Carson Wentz, where you have 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, and really only need 2 wide receivers at this point.
Yeah, you're lucky. They're lucky if they can find 2 that can actually catch the ball.
Well, they've got Alshon for however long he's here.
Yeah. They probably move on from Aguilar. Right?
No, he just signed an extension.
He's in a 5th-year option.
No, they gave it. Well,
Alshon, they signed.
Oh, is
not
that
Aguilar?
Oh, I thought you said Alshon.
No, Aguilar. They move on from him. He's making $9 million in the 5th year of his deal.
Well, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think though that they've been planning on moving on from him.
Hollins is no good.
No.
Right?
And neither is
this Arcega-Whiteside. Who knows?
I mean, he's here.
Jesus.
He's here, but that's pretty much it, right?
And Deshaun's signed.
He signs, okay, but you can't count on this at all.
You don't even seem to think that he's coming back at all this year.
No, I
think
do.
they get him back after the bye week.
I do. That's why I think it's the bye. But I just think the reliance upon him was totally overplayed and was such an out for a lot of issues that this team could have clearly planned for and worked and coached around, and for whatever reason, it just came back to an easy out.
He made an incredible impact in the one game that he played.
No, I understand. But the biggest risk you take when signing him in the offseason is his durability.
Right. Well, is this going to be the year where he starts to get banged up and he starts to lose half a step?
He does get banged up. He doesn't lose any steps, but he does get banged up. And he does miss patches of games a lot because of where he may start, each week. And you can look at, games. I'm not talking about that. You look at actual specifics of the games. And, he's missed patches of games, big games, playoff games. So while he provides an electric element that the Eagles were missing without him.
Availability is the key.
Yeah, and the problem that I have is not with Deshaun. Let me clarify this. It's not with him or his injury. Players get hurt. But if we're going to crush Matt Klentak, rightfully so, and Andy McPhail and those bozos running the Philadelphia Phillies front office for not doing anything at all to bolster positions of need going into a season, then Howie Roseman deserves credit for relying on one guy on that team outside of Deshaun Jackson to have any downfield speed, and that's Mac Hollins.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, not credit. He deserves criticism.
Oh, did I say credit? I apologize.
Yeah.
Criticism, yes.
Somewhere they thought that Mac Hollins was going to be some sort of a threat outside of special teams.
No. And
he's been a zero.
Right. Absolutely nothing. We've got a busy show. Matt Lombardo is going to join us at 1. Matt Mullen, Philly Voice, is going to be hanging with us in the 1 o'clock hour as well.